Hey there, biologists. Welcome to another update video on our PVC pipe project. As a reminder, we are setting up frog traps made out of PVC pipes all over the Goldberry Groves property. In the last update, we had assembled all of our PVC pipes and placed 30 of them around a pond. This video will cover the installation of the pipes onto trees. I've organized the video with how we assembled it, and then I cover some of the wildlife encounters that we had while us putting up these pipes. And then I have a whole other section at the end that is basically just B-roll footage of me putting up the pipes. There's chapter markers down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. If you haven't seen the other update videos, there's a playlist you can do so. And also, I've probably put up a bigger video on the main channel that covers this project in a more kind of artsy-fartsy way. But with all that, yeah, let's just hop right into it.
Okay, so now I'm going to show you how we attach our pipes to this tree. So all we're going to have is, again, something threaded through multiple pipes. We're using 2 pipes per tree. You can do 4, you can do 8, you can do whatever you want. So when we have threaded them through the tree, on one end, we tie a very simple loop. So this way, it can't come through. Let me show you, I guess, actually how we tie this. This knot is meant to be reversible, so you can take it out. You can move them to a different tree. You can use different line if this one breaks. We try to make it something that you can replace. So if you have just a bare line, all you're going to do, make a bite. So something like that, just like a simple loop. And all you're going to do is your very basic overhand knot, right? And that makes a loop that will not tighten, will not tighten. Yeah, it won't tighten. So this does 2 things. One, creates a knot that makes it to where, yeah, it won't fall through. But now something very important happens whenever we wrap it onto the tree. So let's take our pipes, and right now I'm just going to put them around my eye height. And make sure you wrap it around the tree. Now, this is where the loop comes into play. So this loop that we have here, right, with one that we tied, the one that we made, you're going to take the other end of your line, put it through the loop, okay? Put it through the loop. Now, what this causes is it allows you to tension it around the tree. So now we can see that we have the pipes actually fixed to the tree, and they're not coming down anytime soon. We can also adjust the pipes. We can move them around and do whatever we need to do. So now, on this loose line, we are going to tie that exact same loop again. So we're going to make a bite, and we are going to just do a very simple overhand knot. Okay, now you may be wondering, why are we doing this a second time? Well, that first loop was to add tension. This one is to lock it into place. So we are going to take a hammer, and we have nails. Now this is very important. These are stainless steel nails. That way they will not rust in the tree and kill them. Most nails are galvanized steel. They will eventually rust. You need to be using stainless steel, possibly aluminum, but for this purpose, you want to use stainless. What you do is you take your second loop, you pull it tight, and then wherever that second loop lies on the tree, so in my case, it's lying just over here, that is where you're going to place your nail. So, and let me just show you exactly what we did, but again, a little bit closer. So here, right here, this is that first loop we made, right? We made this loop so that it can attach to this pipe, and it's not going to go through this hole. But then we take our line, we feed it through the loop, right? So this is our line going around the tree. We feed it through that loop, where we then have another loop that is then attached to this nail. And look at this. The pipes are now on the tree. They are secure. In the future, when we want to sample these and we need to take it down from the tree, all we have to do is pull off that loop, and now it is loose, and now we can do whatever we need to do. We can completely remove the line from the tree if we need to, pull the pipes down, show kids, do whatever. But whenever we want to reattach it, all we got to do, again, pull it through that first loop we made, attach it to the nail, and then we have our pipes attached to the tree. So again, it's a very, very simple procedure. We have a lot of extra line in our assembly line. We're just adding 8 feet of total line. If we ever want to move these in the future, which again, we probably will, we can do so very, very easily. And now we're just going to do this another 60 times, 30 times, putting them on 30 trees, 2 pipes per tree, 60 pipes total. Boom, biology. So this is all we're doing to hold them onto the tree. Very simple technique, very easy to pull them down. And also it allows you to adjust height if you need to. You know, you can put a nail higher up. Eventually we are going to be moving all of these. Right now they're about 6 feet on the tree. We're going to be moving them up to 20 feet. We're going to do about 4, anywhere from like 4 to 6 to 7 meters. We just don't have them equipment to actually do that at the moment. But we want to put these out here so they acclimate and, you know, get ready for when we're doing this. A second note that we're doing is we're not capping them yet. We want these pipes to acclimate. We want species to become used to them. So yeah, we're just gonna place them out here uncapped so that they become more used to them. Additionally, remember we have our escape ropes inside each of these pipes. So any critters can still get out if they need to and they're unable to climb on the pipes. But them being not capped at the bottom means that if like a flying squirrel or something gets in, right, it can just climb all the way through and fall out the bottom. So no risk of things getting caught in our traps and perishing. So yeah, now we're just gonna do this a whole bunch of times all through this area. Something really fucking cute.
So while we were going back and forth into the forest to set up these frog pipes, we ended up checking in at the pond pretty regularly. We kept finding a bunch of wildlife there, and this time we were looking at some frog eggs when we discovered a very, very curious water snake.
I think he dipped in. Oh, it was a beautiful northern water. Oh, I see him. He's over here. Look.
I see.
There he is. Common water snake, northern water snake, brown water snake maybe. I gotta double check the species here. Oh yeah, you're a Nerodia. Look at you. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, cool. So that's a new one for the pond. We got Nerodia. I was just saying that the other day. I want to see water snakes in here. Just said that. Cool. We got them.
Yeah.
Back. They're just so curious. Oh yeah, you're beautiful.
Oh, so pretty.
Look at you. Oh, I missed my water snakes. You're pretty. Look at you. Handsome. Probably eating all the fish that were in here.
Maybe.
Yeah, look at you. You're just checking us out. You've popped up 3 times now. What do you want?
Be left alone, but also just see what you're doing.
You want to be left alone, but you keep coming on up. What are you doing, buddy? Yeah, there you go again. Yeah, where is he going to pop back up again?
Yep.
Let's see. Go.
Answer that question.
Left or right? Left or right? No, it's definitely the same one. Same. Yep, he's right there. Look at you, curious little bugger. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on.
Right?
Come on, little buddy. What? Ah, there you go again. Okay, where are you going to come back next? Left or right? Let's see. Yeah. Seems like he's been coming from like further down each time, like staring at us. Huh? Oh, I see him. I see him. I see him.
Stay here. I wonder if
Look.
he'll go up.
He is going up.
He'll just stay.
Yeah, I see him again. Hey there, buddy. Hey there, buddy. Hey. You're all up in them frog eggs, ain't you? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? All up in them frogs. Look at you, all up in them tadpoles. What are you doing? You came too early. The food's not ready.
Just waiting for it to cook.
They're over there, buddy. You hear them? Spring peepers. Where are you?
Spring on peepers.
Oh my gosh. Just so curious. That's so, I just love water snakes. There he is again. Buddy.
Enjoying the rainy day.
Yep. Look at you.
With those tassels you had.
Look at you. You don't got to spin off. I ain't going to grab you. I just want to watch it. If you want to come up to me, that'd be cool. But what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Buddy. I know. What's up?
Just a cute little thing.
What's up? Yeah, you let me get a little bit closer every time. Okay.
Are you trying to catch?
Goodbye. 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 He's little look, he's in the middle. Wait, you see him? Look at him. He's giving me the side eye from the middle of the pond. Little buddy. Goodbye. What are you doing?
In the rain too.
I know.
In his lane. Chilling.
Just trying to see if I can get a. This would be a great shot.
If he comes out a little bit.
Yeah.
Closing up into a little box.
Yep.
So here I'm hanging up the PVC pipes in the first of our 3 zones. Now this zone is an edge habitat. It's right at the entrance to the woods. You can actually see farmland through the trees, and behind the camera there's even more farmland. So this area also has a creek running right through the middle, but in terms of tree species, it is a fairly even mix of oaks and maples. So we're using oaks and maples as our way to characterize the different regions that we're putting these pipes up, just because this forest is predominantly oaks and maples, but there is enough variation in the mosaic of the forest that we can actually form these groups. So here is a good side angle of Zone 1, and you can see the entrance to the woods over on the right-hand side, and then the topography going into the creek on the left-hand side. You can see how it slopes downwards into this area. So Zone 1 is, your standard kind of edge habitat. It'll be pretty interesting to monitor, especially with that creek running through it. My kind of early guesses is that we are going to see the most tree frogs in this area just because there is a perpetual water source. However, there is the argument made that the denser woods may end up having more tree frogs. So we'll just have to wait and see. So now let's talk about Zone 2. So Zone 2 is further into the woods, and it's a little bit more of a mosaic than the first zone. So you can see behind me we already have 2 hemlocks bordering either edge of my framing here, but we have a predominance of maples here. We actually kind of struggled to find oaks in this particular zone, and it seemed to be that the oaks we did find were all larger, and so we presume older as well. We do have a future project where we are going to attempt to sample every single tree in the woods, so that we can actually really tell you, that this wood exactly is, what percentage maples versus what percentage oaks or poplars and everything else. But we have not done that yet. So eventually we'll have some numbers to actually throw against our figures, and we may adjust our pipe setups accordingly so that we have really good mix of habitats. But yeah, this is definitely one of my more favorite zones. It just has a really nice ambiance that I really dig. So this is still part of Zone 2. We had to relocate to a different part than where I was first setting up just because I couldn't find enough oaks. So this area had just a few more. So again, we're only putting up 5 oaks and 5 maples in every single zone. If I remember correctly, in that first area where we were in Zone 2, there was only 2 oaks in that entire plot. And I think they were both right off to the right. So I had to go down, I would guess maybe 50 meters, 50 to 100 meters to this area, which had a few more oaks that I could put them on. So right off to my left, there is a creek, that same creek. It does run through here. It just doesn't go back to that first zone. So I did want to try and not have a creek in this particular zone, but the predominant questions that we had in terms of tree choice, do they prefer oaks or maples? That was the predominant research question we have, and we have ways of accounting for this creek. And hey, like I said, whenever we actually do the full wood sample, we may adjust all of these pipes as it is. We actually want to put them higher up in the trees. We want to put them about 20 feet up. However, we just don't have the equipment to safely install and check them. So right now we're putting them up into these areas, and these are all great candidate trees, but we may just want to adjust our study in the future before we start really collecting data. So again, these are being put up just during an acclimation phase, just to, well, smell like frogs or to not smell like PVC, one of the two. And after that, we move on to Zone 3. Now, Zone 3 is a fun zone. So there is, as you can see by the little bridge in there, there is a little waterway. We're not entirely sure if it is spring fed or if it's just all of the drainage coming in and collecting there before being fed to that main creek. But yeah, this is Zone 3. Now, Zone 3 is predominantly oaks. So it is, we actually struggled a little bit to find the maples in this zone. So Zones 2 and 3 are kind of inverses of each other, with Zone 1 being this like edge habitat zone that's sort of an even mix of, well, oaks and maples, right? So Zone 3, again, we did the same procedure. We put them up on 10 trees, 5 oaks, 5 maples, evenly spaced throughout the woods, and we put 2 pipes on every tree, so we ended up with 20 total pipes.
So these 2 were the final pipes that we needed to put up for the study for today. And what I learned from doing this, we set them up again into 3 different zones, and the 3 different zones were actually really well selected. All of them are riparian in some way, whether that's coming from runoff, creeks, springs, or just where water will collect. But in the first zone, there's a pretty even mix of maples and oaks. In the second zone, it is predominantly maples. We were really struggling to find oaks. And then in this zone, the last zone, it is predominantly oaks. We're struggling to find maples. So whenever we actually do our analysis, our analyses, we'll actually have some really awesome data sets and groupings to compare to one another. So this is a super long-term project. We're going to be collecting data realistically for years. But hey, you'll see the results first here on the video somewhere, wherever this video ends up. So want to let you know that I'm very, very excited for this study.